Bed. Bed. Off. Or leave it. If I said off by accident, I meant to say leave it. Leave it is before he's on the object, when he's getting close to an object that he shouldn't be near. Off is if he's already paused on it or totally on it. Bing. Go lay down. Go lay down. Thank you. Bane is displaying using the bed as a couch. Bear is displaying using a bed on the ground. You can use a spray bottle as a punisher if he finds the spray bottle something he wants to avoid. And you can do a couple of these mock sit-downs. Bear, come here. Sit. No, over here, Bear. Sit. That's the behavior that you want. When you sit down in your position at dinner, at your dinner table, at your couch, wherever, he has his position. Just like Bane has his position, Bear has his position. No matter how close and tempting the object is, and I would, tempt him occasionally. As long as he doesn't go for it, he gets rewarded for it. If he does go for it, you cover the object with your hand, you move it away. If he really jumps on it, you say off and then spray, spray, spray until he jumps off. If you say off, pick this up, and by the time you pick this up, he's jumped off, but he didn't jump off when you said the word off. Only when you said off, he's still on. You pick this up and then he immediately jumps off. Still spray him over there, as this is the punisher. The word predicts the punisher, but if he's not changing his behavior when he's told off, then the punisher comes along. Later on, 2 weeks down, maybe 1 week, 2 weeks of saying off, spray, 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 or saying off, spray, spray, spray. You don't want to say off and be spraying at the same time. You want the word to come out of your mouth first, and then you would say off, spray, spray, spray. You're doing so well with all this jibber jabber. right now you can see I'm not even saying the words, and he's already leaving it contextually of a plate in front of me in this context. Bear, come. Bane, go lay down. He has his space. It's totally fine for him to be on the couch. I just wanted to show on the couch and on the ground near the couch, but on a specific location like his bed. I have a couple little howls coming from the basement from Taves. Always a little difficult on his first stay here. You always have to give him treats, but he definitely will behave better for treats. You can give him attention too, but as you can see, he's like, I want to work for treats. I want to work for attention. I don't want to work for attention. I'd rather work for treats. Where'd you go? Over there. Get down. So now getting him off the bed, I really want to tempt him. You can see, rather than going for the food or stopping by the food, he knows he needs to complete his behavior of being on this bed. Now, you can use a bed, a dog bed, you can use a towel, and then, as we discussed in regards to his sleeping arrangements, you can put the bed where you want him to sleep rather than on your pillow. Free. And you can throw these little, you see this one? You see this one? If you don't have a bed, you can also reward this behavior of just downing in front of you. If you don't want him right next and up against your table, you can promote downs that are further away. So either if he gives it to me right next to me, I'll feed him further away. You can see he's having difficulty right now. You could reward the sit, but I want to wait out the down. I'll reward the down, but let's say if I don't want him to be so close, I'll start feeding him further back here and release the treats back here. Where you feed him the treats is where he's going to close the gap for you. If you feed him right here because this is convenient, then he's going to stay right here. But if you always feed him over there or on a dog bed, there, up, up. You see, like with bear, you can say up, up, down. And his treat can be contingent on him performing a down. You can see he's like, oh, this is not time for petting. Whoa, buddy. Again, if I want him, a behavior can lead to a different behavior. Because he laid down here, I can ask him to jump up onto the couch. So because he asked, because he said please, with the down next to me, I can give him the next behavior of asking him to go and lay down somewhere specifically to earn that reward. Do enough repetitions and he will jump the gun, or he will skip that step and start to come and lay down next to you on the couch instead of next to you on the ground. I lost the cable, but you guys will help me find it later. He will listen, and you can give him a reward at the very end. This guy is working and he's hungry, and he needs rewards in a smaller stretch of time where he can work for longer and get rewards for more behaviors. But because he, there, didn't start barking, he laid back down, you got a reward for that. So it's okay for him to stand up. It's okay for him to do these things. There. Free. Okay. Oh, nom 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 nom. Oh, nom 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 nom. Oh, nom 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 nom. Oh, nom nom. Eating all your food. Eat all your food. Eat all your food. Eat all your food. Eat all your food. All your food. Oh, nom 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 nom. So if I want him here, I'll feed him there. If I want him somewhere else, I can wait him out until he gets to the right location. It just takes repetition. Right now he's really learning that specifically I want him on the bed. Depends on where the bed is. That's where I want him. If I take him to a cafe, I can put the bed underneath the table, underneath my chair. The bed can be a towel, it can be a specific dog bed, something easy, transportable, like a yoga mat, a towel. Free. So I just gotta take a mental leap for him to be like, okay, this doesn't work anymore. I can do two things. I can, because he's already performed the proper behavior, I can cue him to go to the proper location of being on the bed. I can wait him out and not reward this behavior, not make any eye contact, actually look in the direction that I want him to be, and see if he starts to perform other behaviors. Again, I'm not going to look into his eyes. I don't want to frustrate him enough to start barking. Now, of course, he might not have seen that I moved the bed over there. His puppy vision could be very narrow onto me and this food. Nom, nom, nom. All I'm looking for is for him to get up and go to his bed and not lay there. Brilliant boy. Brilliant, brilliant boy. So you can play this more advanced bed game with him and start moving the bed around and really wait for him to go to the right location. Free. Again, if I don't want him to be right up against my table, I put the bed where I want it to be. It's all your choice. I like the buddy feeling of having my buddy right next to me, so I'm totally fine with eating with him being right next to me. If he's gonna have the potential of stealing your food, I would not play around with that until he's older. Right now, I would set the cards in your favor And if you know he's going to snatch your food, make the distance between where he is and your food as far as possible. Then later, you can ask him to get closer. There, up. And reward him. You don't have to do it with your food, obviously, but reward him for watching you eat and not begging, not, pawing, not whining, not any of these things. What you can actually do, excuse me, sir, just kicking your leg out. You can actually wait for that. Yeah, your butt is very big. You can wait for that head down behavior where he lays down properly from yesterday's or the other day's video. So like he has his head down. That's treatable. This is room service. Food goes straight into here. There's no point in keeping your head up. There's no point in this very cute paw on me. You just want him. Yeah, I know your butt is very big. So what you reward is what you get. What you get what you reward. So I would, this is like whining and behavior, right? So I would just eat, I'd watch TV, I would just ignore him, and then reward approximations towards the goal behavior. So feeding him down low, or even getting him to turn towards me and head down like this. So I fed him closer to his rib cage here, which made him turn into me. See how he's now performing behaviors. Again, I can take this because he is young and this is a new behavior. I can take the fact that he is on his bed, but I can take it a notch further and wait for him to place his chin on the ground like we did in the last video. If he gets too whiny and stuff, I would take it as an approximation towards the goal behavior. Congratulate him for being in high school, and don't wait for him to graduate college. He needs that rewards during the approximations, or rewards through approximations towards the goal behavior. He's confused. They're all confused. This is new. This is part of the new training, like the food noise, the eating noise. Get him used to it. Pretend like that's why I'm working off of a plate. Because this noise is going to be very similar to the noise he's going to hear. His chin is off of the bed, so if I want him to be completely on the bed, I feed him completely on the bed location. So I feed him over here, so then he stretches for it, and now he's on the bed entirely. So now, hopefully, he can be seen. I could wait for that chin down behavior that this guy is doing. until the next time I'm going to give him. So at the very beginning, you give him these treats for performing the behavior of laying down in the right location. Then you can take, once he's laying in the right location, you can take it the next step further and give him treats for getting more and more relaxed. Not staring at you, but actually putting his head down on the ground. Again, from the previous video, if you can do it, seen it, it's just going to take you watching TV with one eye and watching him with another eye. You know, you're watching, occasionally like glance over to him, see what he's up to, or if you see movement, see what type of movement that was through your peripheral vision. And then when you see him put his head down on the ground, then go out of your way to give him. And again, I'm gonna feed him low. I'm not gonna feed him up high. If I feed him up high here, he's gonna keep his head up high here. If food constantly starts coming down low here, this is where he's gonna start keeping his head again and again. Of course, he's gonna get a little bit more easier to manage as he's, grows older. But these are the steps to take to get him to that point. I would also practice first silently. Once you get the behaviors that you want, then start to make noise, distractions, gross food making noise. The distractions come later once the behavior is kind of taken in. Oh no, buddy. We gotta let him out of this little area. See if he ate his food. Such a man. If you end up getting things out of the refrigerator, things like that, he holds that stay behavior. You can also tell him, stay, get up, go do something. And if he doesn't go for that distraction, he gets a reward. So the crinkle of the bag, he gets up, you restart. So that last time I didn't say S-T-A-Y. But the more and more you do it, the more and more it will start to stay, become implied within the behavior of going to his bed. So I want to wait until he's done chewing and is attentive. Stay. Sometimes you can walk around your coffee table. Free. My eyes are also not on him, and they're purposefully looking away to see if he is reading eye cues to tell him what he should and shouldn't be doing, like, oh, they're watching me, I shouldn't be doing this. So you make your, things more and more real world wise. Telling him to stay and leaving a food distraction and walking away, but being close enough that you can grab it before he does. Sometimes not saying the word stay because you're trying to make it implied. So I'm gonna go away. I'm gonna have this squirt bottle ready. If I'm further away than he is, I'm going to tell him to leave it cue. If he does, go for it. If he doesn't, I'm going to come back and give him a reward. He laid his head down. That was really good. So if I'm too far away to get it, I gotta have this. I'm gonna say, leave it before he gets there, squirt, squirt, squirt. If he jumps onto the table, I'm gonna say, off, squirt, 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 squirt. Because he's doing such a good job. Again, feed down low. I made the mistake of feeding up high. Do as I say, not as I do. So if I want to constantly promote it, feed down low. But again, the idea of it is that he can push the button to tell me please or look at me, look how good I'm doing, by just placing his head on the ground. Again, without looking at him. That's how you want to feed. When his head was down low, you want to kind of come in from the down low position right there, if you can. Such a good man. And two, if you want to feed him, completely on the bed, you then move the treat back onto the bed. I can make him kind of between the feet and kind of push inward, or just around to the back. Kind of, you know, you can create your criteria. Paws hanging out off, okay. Head hanging off, okay. Elbows hanging off, no go. So you can say, okay, I'll accept, you know, the first joint down hanging off. That's good enough. You know, behavior wise. You know, right now he can't really back up because there is something in his way. Even though he looked up, it comes down and feet low. And did such a good job.